And hello, everybody. This is the first episode of Thoughts of Sightless. I am Blinding Aura, also, real name Nick Rod.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Oh, fuck. Were you gonna say anything else?
No.
I wrote that part out. Okay. Oh God, you bitch! I hate you.
I know.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm KN4CRC, or Joseph Lee, and I'll also be on the podcast with Nick, so you'll have to deal with me as well as him.
Yeah, we got upstate, we got northern countrymen and southern hillbilly. No, just kidding.
Redneck.
Total redneck, though.
Dude, I'll admit it. In some ways, I can be. So hey,
Totally.
Whatever.
So, who are we? What are we? We're not aliens from Mars, I promise you. Well, actually, I don't.
You might be.
I might be. I don't know about you, though. But,
No, I ain't normal.
Oh, you broke there for a minute there, sir, but we're good now. Your connection is purty and perfect now. So,
Yeah, good.
me, a little bit about me, before we get into story time. Like I said, I'm Nick Rod. I'm gonna try and get through this without any more voice cracks. Okay. I'm 16, going on 17 here in a few months. I'm from upstate New York, and we're just going to go with completely blind. I have I can see light. Okay. Joseph, your turn.
Alright, so name here is Joseph Lee, as previously stated. I am from Winder, Georgia, about an hour south of Atlanta. I have to say an hour south of Atlanta because a lot of people, where's Winder at? I ain't never heard of that. So it's about an hour south of Atlanta. I'm 21 years old, and I have light perception and I can see shadows, but I can't really distinguish what the shadows are.
So in that sense, we are the same. The only thing that separates us is in my left eye, I have a prosthetic. In other words, I can remove my left eye at will.
You can creep some people out with that.
Oh, I know. Most people are terrified by it. It's amazing.
I wish I could do that. I'll just walk up to somebody with my eye in my pocket, take my eye out of my pocket and put it in.
Shove it back in. Shove it right back in. Alright, yep. So what are we doing here? What is Thoughts of Sightless? To explain it shortly, hopefully, but I'll probably rant, and Joseph probably will too.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh, of course. Thoughts of Sightless is our idea of explaining both the reality behind what we know from the blind community, our time in the blind community, the positives, the negatives, the absolute insane stories we have from it, as well as just our thoughts and ideas about other topics, as well as making people laugh until they fall out of their chair or off their bed, and it's gonna be great. But yeah, a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions as to people in the blind community. How do they think? What do they do? What's going on? No one really knows. So this is a wonderful, wonderful way, in my opinion, to show everyone the wackiness, the insane, the insaneness, because that's a word now. Of course.
To you.
Of course. My vocabulary is expanded beyond the English dictionary. I'm just that sophisticated, okay?
Wow, look at you, man.
I know.
Look at you.
But we're going to break down some barriers, reveal some truths, and die laughing with stupid conversations.
Oh, yes.
Anything,
be fun.
Anything you would like to add to that?
Yeah, actually, one thing I was going to add, too, is, yes, a lot of it will be about the blind community, but, we will have topics, too, about just life. Maybe some debate-ish topics. We have a few we want to go over in the future. It's not all going to be blind community driven.
True.
Yes, it's going to be kind of how we think as, blind people and how we do things. Sure, that's going to be a big part of it. But we are going to have some, debate topics and just, life, stuff also. So.
Of course. And you're going to find out very quickly how dumb we are.
Oh, you'll probably find out by the end of the night. You kidding me?
Of course. This is going to be the most cringy first episode of a podcast that has ever been heard ever.
I know.
But I love it. That's the best part about it. I
still can't believe I messed up earlier, but hey.
Yeah. So, who are we? We explained the basics about who we are. But what are our stories? What happened? Why are we blind? How have we grown up? Joseph, I will let you kick off this one.
Okay, so I was born with hypoplasia, which is essentially an eye condition that essentially, there's a lot of things behind it, but I'll tell you the essential. So my optic nerve in my eye, it's there, and it's in my eye, and it somewhat functions, but parts of it are dead, so it doesn't send messages to the brain as it should, and so that's why I'm actually blind. That's why I can't see, 100% like I should be able to.
Your brain's mailman got lost.
Yeah, well, my brain's mailman's been lost for years. He ain't ever gonna find his way.
I feel that's gonna be so terrible. Much.
Yeah, that's gonna be terrible. But, as far as being blind, I don't let it, it doesn't really affect me any. Sure, it got to me as a kid. My 8-9-year-old Joseph self, if you can picture me that young. Have fun doing that.
That's a scary thought.
It got to me when I was young. What's up?
That's a scary thought, an 8-year-old Joseph.
Yeah, it is a scary thought. I have stories about how stupid I was back then. I'm still stupid now, don't get me wrong, but so no,
aren't we all?
I don't let it affect me, because the way I see it, and this is something we want to make known in this podcast also, and this is going to be one of those instances. Even though we're blind, you can still do whatever. It's not a matter of, oh, I'm blind, so I can't do this. No, I still do tons of stuff. I can cover these in topics if you guys are interested, and if Nick's okay with it, as well as what he does. We can cover how we do certain things, or we can even go into that tonight during our random talk. I do things like deer hunt, surf, behind the boat, fish. Really interested in aviation. So those are just, some of the things that I do while being blind, and really I don't think nothing of it. It's just, it's everyday life to me, and I've learned to make adaptations and accommodations to do the things that I love and enjoy. So that's a little bit about me. Nick, you go ahead, and I'll shut up now for once.
That's a new occurrence. Anyway.
I know, right? Take advantage of it.
I know. I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts. So, I, as I said, am Nick Rod. Technically, full name is Nicholas, but no one calls me that. Thank God. Well, very few do.
Hey, I can start if you want me to.
I'd rather you not. I'd rather you not. I'll pass on that.
I think I might,
Great. Just lovely. You better pay me $5 every time you do.
Nope. Actually, you pay me $5 for every time you don't want me to do it.
Right.
I like that idea.
Right.
Better. But go on.
Okay.
We'll argue about this
You
later.
get the money.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm 16. Grew up here in upstate New York. I still live in upstate New York. I live in the same house that I've lived in for my entire life. I've never moved, never had to worry about any of that. My story as far as being blind is I wasn't born blind. I was born fully sighted. And when I was around 1 year old probably, I think is when it started. I get the timeline mixed up a little bit here and there, 1.5 maybe. I was diagnosed with retinoblastoma, which is also simply known as cancer in the eyes. So what ended up happening is, well, first of all, when I was diagnosed, my doctor at the time did a wonderful job in diagnosing it, and originally told us I had pink eye. So, pink eye turns into cancer now, folks, just so you know. Totally the same thing.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Learn new stuff every day.
I know, I'm a medical genius. Just bring all your doctor issues to me.
Cool. I got plenty of things I can talk to you about.
Of course.
We'll have to discuss those later.
But yeah, so I was diagnosed with that. My left eye, when we got into treatment, my left eye was completely infested by tumor seeds, they're known as, they're just basically very miniature tumors. There were thousands of them, hundreds or thousands of them, so they had to remove the eye completely, and that includes the optic nerve, if I remember correctly. My right eye was almost saved. I still have the real eye. There's no prosthetic in my right eye. That's how I still had the light perception in the first place. But the only reason I only have light perception is because during the chemo treatments, my retina detached and didn't reattach. It detached numerous times and reattached, but one, it was one time too many, and it never reattached, and I was left like this. But like Joseph said, I never let it slow me down. My family has never let it slow me down. It's never even really got to me. I've been one of the rare ones that I've met in my life who have visual impairment, especially who just haven't let it get to them at all. I dedicate a lot of that to my family and teachers and all that helped me just hit the ground running. Couldn't see, but I was in a pool swimming at 18 months old, and I never stopped. I swam for years in my grandma's pool, and I can still swim extremely well now. I ride a bike, I can ride skateboard, I can play basketball, I play soccer. It's amazing. Like Joseph said, just because you're blind doesn't mean that you can't do things. This whole podcast I am recording from my computer, which I access through a screen reader known as NVDA. There are many other ones that are usable, but NVDA is my preference and the preference of a lot of people in the blind community, honestly. In my opinion, it's kind of taking over JAWS now.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, in a lot of ways.
And Joseph's the same way, another NVDA user. We're both tech nerds. He has a job in coding. Sorry for stealing your thunder, Joseph.
You're fine. I deal with it every day, unfortunately.
Of course. Just get overshadowed forever.
Not the stealing thunder, but the coding.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I deal with it all the time.
But still, get overshadowed forever.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But yeah, but this podcast, maybe this episode a little bit, just so you get an idea of who we are and what's going on, isn't meant to preach about what blind people do to get by in life. It's not about, adaptations and understanding blindness per se, because we're not that high class, okay? We're just not.
No,
it's not how we live.
No.
But just to get an idea of who we are, what we do, and what our lives consist of, that's kind of where we are. Joseph said he's into aviation and fishing and boating, and all of that. You don't need sight for, and surfing, all that. You don't need sight for that. You don't. You really don't.
No.
There are adaptations. There are certain things that you don't even need adaptations for. You just kind of figure out. Me, I'm a huge gamer. I always have been. I used to be a huge Xbox gamer. Played a lot of Guitar Hero, and it's all through memorization and listening and just guessing. There's a lot of guesswork in it, trust me. But I always like
Makes it fun though.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
I game too. It makes it a lot of fun.
I moved to audio games, which for those that may not know are exactly what they sound like. They're games that are based on audio, not visuals. And when it comes to Windows, which is what I'm recording off now, there are a lot of those. There are a lot of audio games in the world today. Not as some aren't very good, to be quite honest with you. And I wish there was a larger market of decent audio games, but we take what we get, I suppose.
You just have to work. I was just about to say that you've got to work with what you have, unfortunately, and well, this is what we have.
It's where we are.
So we have to work with it.
It's where we are. Things aren't as advanced as we'd like them to be yet.
Unfortunately.
Of course.
Okay, what can you do?
Yeah, no, you're completely right there. But yeah. So moving on, I think from there, where do we want to go next, Joseph? Pick our path. Pick our journey.
Oh God. Well, there's a lot we're gonna be taking on this.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But what's up?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, again, as we move through this podcast, Joseph said before, I'm saying a lot, it's great. As we move through this podcast, episode by episode, we're going to, a lot of the first group of episodes, very large group of episodes are going to be focused on different things in the blind community, including stories about specific people that we know. Obviously, we're not going to mention names because, well, that's illegal.
No. Yeah.
But we're definitely going...
We want to say the truth, but we don't want to get in trouble for doing so.
Exactly. So...
there's a big difference behind that.
Truth is going to be known as far as people are going to realize exactly what happens in the blind community, or more specifically, well, not even more specifically, because I've been seeing a lot more of it lately as a general whole, a lot of the insanity and drama that happens in the blind community, because the fact of the matter is it's a very dramatic, very negative place.
It's a bunch of BS. I mean, just pure BS, to tell the truth. It's absolutely ridiculous, and that's why I don't associate with a lot of these people, like a lot of the people in it.
Joseph is one of the two friends that I have out of what's called the Team Talk community, which is a program. It's how we're actually recording with each other right now.
Think of like Discord, but more
blindy based.
I don't mean to interrupt you, by the way.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
But it's essentially Discord, but
not
more accessible in the standpoint, which Discord's done a great job with accessibility, but it's more accessible for us, and it's more blindy based. I really don't know how.
Yeah, it's a lot more blindy based. You see very few sighted people in this on this program. It's kind of become, I don't know if it really started out as, but it's really become a hangout for the blind community. And
to my knowledge, it never started out that way. To my knowledge, it kind of started out as like a sighted hangout.
That's kind of what I thought. Yeah.
People just got,
But it really turned into a blind people hangout.
Right.
But I completely lost my train of thought. That is lovely.
Oh, good job. Oh, and one thing I need to add this right quick before we continue any farther, because I think it's an important fact. We have no filter.
No.
About what we say. We don't sugarcoat anything.
Filters
so if that's
don't
something
exist.
That bothers you.
Click away now.
Then, this is probably not going to be the podcast for you. I'm just going to be honest with you. Because when I want to say something, I'm going to say it. I don't care who hears it, and that's just the way I am.
Truth is
I'm just
truth.
not mentioning names because you can't. But hey,
right. If truth is truth, and if you don't like the way I speak it, whether it involve vulgar language or not, that's your problem. Click away from this now.
Yep.
It's kind of my thought on
Yep.
it.
So you have been warned.
Yeah.
So don't come saying, "Ooh, the way you said that was kind of
vulgar.
No.
It's all
We warned
vulgar.
you.
It's all vulgar. Okay, it's all fine. It is all okay. For those that do decide to stay, though, sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and enjoy the very dramatic
'Cause it's gonna be
show.
fun.
Yes, this is gonna be
It's
a
gonna
roller
be
coaster
fun.
ride in all sense of the word.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, team talk. I talked about that. Mind you, the reason my voice might sound a little messed up, you guys, is because we're recording this at 1 a.m. Okay.
I know, and that's the thing too. We've been meaning to do this for so long. It's just the fact that he's been busy with school and other stuff. I've been busy with work. Work's got me running about 90 different directions lately,
And if
and
we're
so
not,
I'm having to keep up with that.
yeah, if we're not busy with work or school, we're bullshitting with without pressing record.
Sure.
So-
the bullshit never stops.
Never.
That's never. A
No,
thing.
that goes on
That's
forever.
never a thing that stops. I swear. I think I bullshit in my sleep.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, half my dreams
If
are
I
bullshit.
don't, that will be a thing soon.
Yeah, half of my dreams are bullshit. So, I mean, one of those was thanks to you. So thank you.
No, I wouldn't say bullshit, because some dreams I have, and they're actually about real things or significant things that I wish for in life that are
Sure.
that are honestly great. But the dreams that are bullshit and I can control and play with, I love it,
See,
and I make it a big game at that point. It's great.
for me, I can't control mine. So last night I had a dream. So
You're missing out.
for all
It's
that,
fun.
obviously none of you can see me because we're not doing video for this because that's too much work. For
Tell me
so
about it.
for those that don't know, who've never seen me, who don't know me personally, I wear a class ring. I got it this year. I've been wearing it ever since. So last night I dreamt that it melted and it was like moldable. It was rather weird and I don't know why that dream happened. I don't know what caused it to happen. I don't have answers to anything. But yeah.
You, sir, are dreaming some fucked up shit.
Well, I mean, some of my dreams are thanks to you scarring me half the time. So I thank you for that.
Hey, I am totally innocent of that. I didn't. I had nothing to do with any of that. Okay.
You
Don't
are
blame me, man.
so far from innocent. You're as innocent as Hitler, my
Bullshit.
guy. You're
Whatever.
as innocent
Whatever
as
makes you sleep at night, though.
you're
bud.
as innocent as Hitler. Okay.
Damn.
Making
That
me
was a
dream
quick
about
comeback. Nice.
making me dream about the apocalypse with burnt down houses of drug addicts.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
yeah,
you.
well,
Thank
I can't
you.
really say that dream because that's got names in it.
Yeah. Well, that
And,
well,
I can't
no, that
really
dream
say
didn't even
what
have
led up to
names.
that one.
That dream didn't even have names. That was literally you talking
Oh, it did in
when
that
I fell
dream.
asleep. And
Yeah.
I have you to thank for that.
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking of.
I have you to thank for the apocalypse with burning houses.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Don't worry. The scarring you is not over yet.
Does it ever end?
That's not, at least from my side of the book. That's not.
I mean, I
over
feel
with
like I
yet.
should sue you for
Nor
mental
will it ever.
damages.
Actually, I'll just sue you for I don't know what yet. I'll find a way just so I can get some money. So let me
Just
let
like
me
the
think of
lady-
a way and I'll get back with you.
Yeah, just like the lady sued McDonald's for the hot coffee
I was
spill.
just about to say that.
Yeah. Perfect lawsuit.
For-
It'll go through. I swear.
Because her what was it? Because her coffee was hot or
Because
something?
the coffee
dumb
was
shit like
hot,
that?
she spilled it on herself because she took the top off and got like bad burns.
Okay. You dumbass. All right,
Yeah.
here we go. See, this is exactly this podcast right here. Okay, you dumbass. You're the one who was the stupid fucking idiot who said, "Oh, let's take the top off of steaming." You had to feel the fucking steam coming out of that.
Well, my real question about this whole thing is was it this lady's first time getting coffee at McDonald's? Because I highly doubt it. Like, because it was in a drive-through.
McDonald's coffees are always hot.
Well, okay, and here's my thought process. This lady, was in the drive-through. Now, I could be wrong about this, but this is just my own personal opinion and thought process. You don't get McDonald's coffee for the first time through the drive-through. At least I wouldn't.
No, you would actually walk in and
The first time I have McDonald's coffee, which I've never had before, and I heard it's strong as hell.
It is.
I would walk into the building. I would only drink it first if I was in the building. And I don't know if I'm weird for that, but that's just how I think. So I gotta imagine.
I mean, okay, if I wouldn't necessarily say I would drink it first if I was in the building, but if, say if I'm in there getting some breakfast, like say if, my family and I or me or whoever's in there eating breakfast or something, and I want a cup of coffee, I'll get coffee in there and drink it while I'm sitting there, absolutely, but I would drink it going through the drive-thru because it tastes the same.
But your first time,
I'm going to be extremely careful when I drink it in a damn car because of how hot that shit is.
Well, see, I would order it in a drive-thru later on, but if I've never had it before, I want to have it while I'm in the building my first time. Because I don't know what to expect.
That makes sense.
I don't know what to expect.
I can see why you would say that. Right. You don't know what to expect, and you bring up a good point.
The fact
because if it's hot, you at least have a table.
Right.
You can set the shit up.
The fact of the matter is, this lawsuit happened. I don't remember if it was thrown out. No, I think she actually got payment for this. I think she actually got paid. I think she got her payday and her medical bills paid for this, which is the most saddening thought in the world.
Seriously. All that could have been avoided.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to sue you. It's going to be great for mental damages.
Yeah, I'm gonna sue you too, just because I don't know for what yet. Like I said, give me time, and I'll have something by tomorrow.
All right.
I'll have something by.
No
if
way.
not later on today, I'll have something by tomorrow.
I have a plan. We'll meet up in.
It'll happen.
We'll meet up in a random town, and we'll sue each other at the same courthouse. And for the same amount of money,
get lots of money.
Well, no.
It's gonna work.
So we're gonna sue. What we're gonna do is we're gonna sue each other at the same courthouse for the same amount of money to see how quickly it gets thrown out.
There you go. I love it. There you go. Completely waste their fucking time too.
Of course. See, I have good ideas. See, guys, I'm not only a medical genius, I'm just an overall strategist, okay?
Right.
You're welcome for the beautiful prank that I just put into all of your heads. Find a friend and do this.
Yep.
It'll work out great.
Do not. Well, I was about to say, if you try this at home, you didn't hear it from us, okay?
Yeah, if you try this from home, don't credit us. This is one that we're going to take our names off of. You came up with it yourself.
You did not get this from the Thoughts of Sightless podcast, okay?
No, it never came from us. We don't exist. We're aliens from Mars, okay?
No, you didn't hear shit.
No. But
no, that just shows how stupid people are.
Of course.
It really does.
Well, okay, going back to lawsuits again, since we're still there, some of the most insane lawsuits, I remember randomly looking it up one day, some of the most ridiculous lawsuits that have ever taken place, and some of them actually didn't get thrown out and actually went through the process, and I think some of them got their payday. There's one that I remember specifically that I think she got paid for this. I think she won her case. This woman was driving an RV and put it on cruise control. Went back to make some eggs because she thought that cruise control meant that it would drive itself. That didn't end well. It ended in a bad crash. And for some reason, the court listened to her case, and her idea that cruise control was misleading. I don't know how that's misleading.
Roman.
I think a 5-year-old can figure out
Roman.
what cruise control is.
It's just like a car. You don't put your car on cruise control and just sit there and let go of the wheel and lay back and watch something on your phone.
Fry some eggs.
The damn thing's not going to drive itself.
No, that's not how that works. Another one that I can think of off the top of my head was... Actually, there are two. The first one was another McDonald's one, and I think these two guys got their payday as well. All these ones that I'm thinking of, I do believe won, unfortunately. Actually, no, I think the last one I'm going to tell lost. I think the last one I'm going to tell got thrown out. But I'd have to go back in and double check after recording. But these two guys sued McDonald's for their food being too good. These two gentlemen, got rather hefty in size. They got fat off of McDonald's and went to the court and stated that McDonald's food tasted too good. It was addicting. They got addicted to it. That's why they were fat and they wanted their money. And the court listened.
Well, that's your dumbass fault. You don't want to get fat, then put down the fucking fast food.
Exactly.
Hello?
Exactly. But you gotta understand.
Common fucking sense.
But Joseph, you gotta understand. You gotta listen to these poor men's cases. They were addicted to the McDonald's.
Oh,
It etched its way into their brains.
Yeah, well, obviously, because that explains why they're so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
maybe they should have sued because it made them stupid.
Well,
I'm a fucking idiot.
Well, I mean, they probably have a good 2 brain cells between the two of them, so there you go.
They gotta think somehow, I guess, even though it's barely, but hey.
Exactly.
You know, it really makes me want to go up to these people and just ask them, what does it feel like to be a fucking idiot every day? Were you born that way, or did you just get that way over time?
Well, it makes me wonder if they were, like you said, if they were smart at one time and then just gave up on the world.
Seriously.
I wonder if some of these people truly were intelligent, saw that we were all doomed to just go down in flames, and we're just like, alright, I'm giving up.
Yeah, they're like, I'm going to be too genius for this motherfucker, so I'm going to give up. I'm going to be stupid.
See, that would be me. That is kind of me. I mean, I still act intelligent, but I like being an idiot.
I'm a pretty smart person, but sometimes I act stupider than I am.
See, on paper I'm smart, okay? On paper I'm intelligent. In real life, I don't know. That's up for debate.
Yeah, see, certain things I do are intelligent, like tech. I'm pretty intelligent with tech. I mean, mainly because I have to be for work. But hey, but as far as just me in general, I'm a stupid asshole. Like, I'm not an asshole in a bad way. Well, I can be. I don't like to be, but I can be.
Not an asshole in a bad way. I'm gonna quote that. Quote of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's going on Twitter.
Quote of the day is sponsored by me.
Yep. At KN4CRC.
At KN4CRC,
asshole, but not in a bad way.
The fucking thing already.
I'm an asshole, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, that's right. I'm an asshole,
quote.
but not in a bad way. But yeah, end quote. All right, write that down, folks. But no, God, now I lost my train of thought. Thanks, you dumbass.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
it.
You're welcome. But no, I kind of remember what we were talking about, though, is just that, in real life, there are certain things I have to be intelligent for. School, as much as I'd like to be out of school by now, as much as I'd like to leave it behind and start my life already, because I'm kind of at that point where I already want to go to college. I know where I want to go to college. I know what I want to go to college for, and I want to start working. So, unfortunately, I can't do that. I still have to be intelligent, because grades, so important.
Yeah,
But
you don't get paid being a dumbass in school.
You really don't.
That's not how it works. If it was, I'd ace every fucking class. I can go ahead and tell you.
Exactly. But no, unfortunately, I have to be smart on paper. In real life, though, I think many of my friends would question and debate my level of intelligence. I think it can spur anywhere from 0 to about 100 in some cases.
Dumbass. Oh, dude. I'm a dumbass, and I will proudly admit I'm a dumbass.
I'll raise my flag high.
Yep.
I will raise my freak
and
flag
I'm a daredevil
high.
in the sense. And I'm a daredevil in the sense. Don't tell me to do something. I'm probably gonna do it.
Yeah. Well, my favorite is when it comes to sports and people try to tell me not to do something, like, because they think it's dangerous for me. That's always my favorite thing to contradict, because I'll go just full speed, just dive headfirst into whatever activity and just ace it, because I've never taken things cautiously in that sense of things. As far as sports goes, as far as like activities go, no, you don't tell me to be careful because it's too dangerous for me. No, that's not how it works. I play a game for a week every summer, for 2 weeks every summer, actually, where your goal, well, part of your goal, the defensive part of your goal, is to stop a heavyish ball with your body, and at professional level, that ball is going upwards of 50 to 70 miles an hour.
I'd do it, fuck it, why not? I mean, dude, my motto in life is this, okay? People may disagree with me, and I may worry some people by some of the dumb shit I do, but you only live once, so fuck it.
Or, as the millennials love to screech while downing Jaeger at a bar, YOLO. Now that I've done that once, I promise all of you will never hear me.
Who come up with that.
Yeah. Now that I've done that once, I promise none of you will ever hear that happen. Never hear that come out of my mouth again.
You at the end of this?
Yeah, you might have to. This will be my first and last episode, guys. Joseph will upload it.
The first and last thing. I take over, guys. So you're doing just me the whole time.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. Joseph will take over full time. My ghost might come back to co-host again. We'll have to see. But
maybe
I'm dead at the end of this.
I may not even let him on the show for that comment, though. So
well, I'll just haunt you and just take everything from you. It'll all work out for me. Unless you know where the Ghostbusters are, I think you're screwed.
Yeah, dude, I've fucked about a lot of shit. That's nothing new.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Where
I'll just add that to the book.
1:44 a.m.
Wow, we've already been going for about 40 minutes. We're good at this.
Damn.
I know, right?
Damn.
But yeah, so again, tracking back, those were some of the most insane lawsuits I've heard. Oh, I never got to the last one that I was going to talk about too.
Oh yeah, what was the last one?
The last one
that you said?
Was, I believe it was these couple of workers were dealing with, I believe, paint of some kind of fluid, liquid. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it caught fire somehow, and they sued for like the damages and stuff. They sued because they said there wasn't a label as to it being flammable. And if I remember the turnout of the court case correctly, that ended up not being true at all. And if memory serves me correctly, I believe the product that caught fire and spread had like 3 labels. One telling you that straight up it was flammable, another saying to keep it away from object X, Y, and Z, and I believe there was a third label as well warning you. So these people are just essentially looking
That's
for...
just called dumbasses not paying attention.
Well,
That's what that is.
It's that mixed with an after effect of, hey, I want money. Let's sue.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's
Dude,
common.
Money, unfortunately, to a lot of people, and I don't say this for because it's certainly not the case for everybody, and I don't want to give anybody the misconception that I'm talking about everybody when I say this, but it's true. Money runs a lot of people these days.
Money runs the world.
People will do literally. People will do anything to get. They will literally harm themselves and sue just to get money.
Yep.
If they know they can get a couple grand out of it, they would do it.
Exactly. And it's insane. It's become such a time filled with greed. Of course, that's always been a thing. That's never not been a thing. But to the level that we're seeing it these days, just because of how advanced our world is now and how easy it is to take advantage of products and companies like that, yeah, no, we'll jump on that at every chance we get as a species. And, oh, dear God, we're milking it for all it's worth, but people keep eating it up.
Oh, sure. And that's what ruins certain products. Lawsuits and...
Of course, yeah.
shit.
Well,
That's what's ruined a lot of shit.
one of my favorite recent lawsuits that I saw was the Sandy Hook families were suing the Remington company for being partially responsible for the Sandy Hook shooting, and I lost a few brain cells reading the article.
Yeah, I did too, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
The whole thing was ridiculous. I remember sitting in study hall that day with nothing to do. Well, actually, I was researching a completely different topic for my history class, and I found that, and again, just lost a couple brain cells, and I was...
I'm surprised you had any to begin with. Damn. Wow.
I know. Well, I think there's just one running around in there alone.
Oh, okay.
I think I hear...
Okay, that explains why you're so, special.
Yeah, well, I'm special, all right. Better damn well treat me that way.
No. Don't let that get to your head there, sir. No, you're
I
special.
am the king, okay?
No.
Damn it.
You are not.
But I tried. Okay,
No.
that's all that matters.
Yeah, you can try to bullshit me all you want, but you ain't gonna.
I'll
get
win
very
one
far,
of these
so
times.
Have fun with that.
I'll win one of these times. I will trick you.
Whatever makes you dream better at night, sir.
Well, you already screwed up my dreams once, and I'm suing you for that. So I don't need you to screw with them even more.
I still haven't decided what I'm suing you for yet. I'll figure it out.
Well, we'll have to collaborate again on a set price so that we sue for the same amount and just come out even.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, that works.
It'll be lovely.
That works.
Um,
That way, if it does happen to go through, we technically don't lose money.
exactly. Exactly my point. Whether we lose or we win,
we still win.
We draw even. It's great.
It's just, what way do we want to win? Do we want to win by actually making the lawsuit go through and say we've actually sued somebody before? Or do we want to win by the court saying, hey, yeah, fuck you, get out of here?
Either way is a story to tell the children later on.
Absolutely, I agree. Either way, we can tell a story. So
Right.
I'm down.
When your children are like 20 years old and you're sitting around the Thanksgiving table and you're just reminiscing about the time that you sued someone for the same amount as they sued you for at the same time and actually got the case through, or being told to screw off and go shove it where the sun don't shine.
Yep.
Either way, that's a fun story. And one that I would happily carry with me for the rest of
100%.
my life.
Oh, yeah. And I would tell it, because why the hell not?
I would tell it every chance I got.
Oh, yeah.
I would tell it to anyone. I would
But
walk
no,
up
it's
to
fine.
some hobo in the middle of a city, be like, hey, I gotta tell you this. story
picture your
time.
dumbass doing that too. That's the sad part.
Because I'm sad and alone and need friends. That's why.
I don't know if I'd go that far to find them, but okay, buddy. Whatever.
Are you
whatever
saying
helps you out,
hobos?
I guess.
Are you saying hobos are not decent people? You hoboist.
No, I'd never say that. Now, come on.
You hoboist, okay? You got racism, you got you got those sexists, now you got hoboism.
No, hoboist is the thing.
Yep.
No.
Yep, you got hoboism.
Hoboism, yeah.
Yeah.
Hoboism. That's
Filled with hoboists.
Hoboist? I don't know where the fuck I got that from.
Well, no, I said hoboist because you are a hoboist.
Oh, yeah, you did. That's right. Yeah.
You are a hoboist, you're a part,
Yeah.
you follow hoboism.
Yep.
Hoboism sounds
Kinda
like...
works.
Well, okay, so the problem with that is hoboism sounds like the next really messed up religion.
It does. I don't know what the fuck it would contain, but
I don't know. It sounds like it'd be somewhere on par with
What do I want
the
to
Church
know?
of
That
the...
kind of sounds a little...
Well, the problem is it kind of sounds like it'd be somewhere on par with the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, which is an actual thing I'd like you to know.
It is, unfortunately, yes.
Although its beliefs are beautiful. I love every one of them.
I know.
Because for those that don't know, I'm going to enlighten you. The Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster is a church that was actually founded. It's actually real. It has a following in Australia. I know it's where it originated, and I think it is spread to other countries now. I don't know how. Well, partially, I think, because of social media, but I don't know. But that's besides the point. The Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, I don't remember the name of the actual religion itself, because it does have a name, but it was really long, if I remember correctly, and it didn't stick in my brain. Not much does.
You said it, not me.
Yeah. The diss on myself, okay. The Church of the Flying Spaghetti
You admit
Monster.
something in your life. I'm proud of you.
I know. It's a miracle. You'll never hear it happen again, though. It was here on the podcast
The record
live.
this
There you
moment,
go.
Then.
Just
I mean,
you'll-
it already is. I'll make sure to cut this moment out of the podcast then. Keep it for safekeeping.
There you go. Keep it for yourself. Keep it as a gift.
Now, what about the flying spaghetti?
Yeah, the Flying Spaghetti Monster. So, it's a church that believes that humans originated from pirates. I don't know what they thought the pirates were. But evidently not human. Apparently pirates are their own race. Or not own race, but own species. So apparently pirates were founded by... Or humans were founded by pirates. And in the afterlife, there is a beer volcano and stripper factory. And those are the three things that I remember vividly in my research about the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. I know there's other stuff, but those are the three things that actually stuck.
Well, the only thing that I'd love to see out of that is, I'm not gonna lie, the beer volcano would be awesome.
Well, if I'm being perfectly honest
If you
with
want to
you,
go have a drink,
right, you just go to the
buying
volcano.
beer.
Well, to be
Hell yeah.
perfectly honest, though, I don't really disagree with any of the beliefs in this. I think all of them are respectable beliefs.
Yeah, except the only problem is with the stripper factory, you might get some unwanted diseases in there. You
Well,
know,
no, I lied. The only thing I can disagree with, or question at least, is if pirates aren't humans, what the hell are they?
Yeah,
What the
exactly.
hell is a pirate, okay?
What the fuck is a pirate? What are you trying to do? Say pirates are zombies now? So you're saying zombies are actually around before the fucking zombie apocalypse? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Either that, or it's like some middle ground between monkeys and humans.
Yep.
Like,
I want my beer volcano. If anybody wins the lottery, or if
build me a
if any
beer
of our friends
volcano.
listen to this too, build me a beer volcano
You'll be...
with
invited.
All kinds of beer. Just
You'll
pour
be
a bunch
in-
of beer in there and say, Joseph, here you go.
You'll be invited over
I
every
will
weekend
enjoy it.
for drinks.
Dude, hell yeah, you don't even have to pay for it. You just walk up, drink,
And
go
walk
back,
away.
and walk up again, drink again. Fuck it.
Yep, exactly. See, that'd be great. An interesting thing about volcanoes now. Now that we're talking about volcanoes, that was now.
That's random.
Well, now that we're talking about volcanoes with the beer volcano, New Zealand not too long ago had a volcano erupt while people were touring it. I think 19 were killed, 2 missing, 47 people on the island. I think those were the numbers. And my thought was, and it was the thought of my mom and stepdad as well, who I was having the conversation with at the time. Our thought about it was, what a cool way to go out. What an awesome way to go out. Because,
I can see that, but that would hurt. Like, I wouldn't want to suffer and literally be burned to death.
well, I
Like
gotta
that, you know?
imagine at least a couple of the people that died might have died instantly from the initial explosion, if there was like a really, like if there was an actual powerful like initial explosion.
Right.
So I gotta imagine at least a couple died instantly. Now I'm sure there were
Yeah,
some.
I can see that. Like, if that's the way I'm gonna go, I'd want to be the one that goes instantly.
Right,
'Cause I don't
because
want to lay there and be burned in the fuck up.
burned
You know,
in
fuck
lava until you die. That sounds horrid. But
that. Yeah, that just.
imagine getting to the other side, whatever the afterlife is, seeing a bunch of people around and being able to tell, like, you ask people how they die. How'd you die? Car accident. How'd you die? Old age. How'd you die? Cancer. How'd you die, sir? Volcano.
I exploded a fucking volcano.
I exploded with a volcano. Didn't even find the body.
I don't know if I went quick, like if I had to die that way, I honestly would rather just fucking explode and just go, because I'm not gonna lay there and fucking be burned alive. Yeah, no, fuck that.
See,
That'd be about as bad as drowning to me, because no.
those obituaries. Well, see, the difference between drowning and burning for me is that, yeah, burning is gonna hurt for like a minute or two, but eventually your nerves are just gonna stop functioning.
That's true. I will agree there.
Because
That's true.
think about it too. If you stick your hand under really hot water, it burns really bad for a minute, but then it just stops burning.
That's true, because your body, your nerve, like you said, your nerves get numb from it. Your body, in a really fucked up way, gets you used to it.
Right, and even though it's lava and it is as hot as it's hot as hell, okay? To put it simply,
Literally.
despite that, eventually your nerves are just going to shut down. I imagine. I have no personal experience, so I could not tell you. But that is what I imagine would happen. And then you
I
die.
mean, that's
But imagine
hard to say.
imagine the obituaries, though. Person dies
Oh,
by a
yeah.
volcano. That person is now a
See-
hero in their town.
See, when I die, because, like, I know it's going to happen eventually. When I die, I want to die something cool. I want to die something that not many people die of. I want to be doing something cool as fuck, or that I love doing, and go out that way. Fuck it.
How'd he die? Zip lining through the jungle while a tiger sprinted
yeah,
right
dude,
underneath
fucking-
of him, waiting to eat him.
Fucking lion, fucking eat the shit out of you while ziplining.
Oh hell yeah!
Shit. Okay. I
have
would wanna
my
go
death.
that way. Fuck it. Yeah.
That'd be another really painful way to go, though. That would
It would.
not be
Oh, it'd be
pleasant.
painful as fuck.
Yeah.
No. Because you're literally being eaten alive, and by that point, yeah, that would not be.
Yeah.
I'd rather that not happen if at all costs.
I want a pet. I want a pet tiger though. Pet tiger or a lion.
Dude, it's funny. Me and my brother were talking about that. We've had plenty of conversations about it, but it was last summer we were on the boat and we were anchored up eating lunch, just bullshitting. He's like, Joseph, I want something unusual as a pet. I'm like, what's up? What you thinking, Adam? And he's like, I kind of want a Bengal tiger as a pet. And I'm like,
who wouldn't?
You know what? That would be fucking sweet.
Who wouldn't? And there are actually states
Not
where
only
that's
because I
legal.
hear they're pretty as hell, but because nobody would fuck with you. Do you realize that?
Well, okay. My thought too is that imagine riding on the back of a tiger. You're riding on the back of a giant snarly
Dude,
cat.
I would enjoy that.
I
Yes.
would tame it. It would be my best friend, and it would go with me everywhere.
Dude, I would literally... And it's kind of funny you said it, because I told Adam this. I was like, dude, if I had a Bengal tiger, it would be my service animal.
Hell
/
yeah.
companion / transportation. And when there was an asshole that tried to hurt me, I would train it, and it would just eat that motherfucker.
Well, see, today even, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were talking about, like, weird pets and stuff, and I mentioned a tiger, and she was like, you'd want a tiger as a pet? I'm like, yeah, I would love to give a tiger a hug. She's like, of course you would. I'm like, yeah.
I know.
Why would you not
And-
want to give a giant cat a hug, okay?
That's right. I mean, fuck. Not to mention, if you trained it, it would obviously be sweet to you and whoever, as long as you didn't give it the command to be a dick and
Right.
eat the fuck out of you.
See, my
But
thought is,
You'd be alright.
yeah, if you raise it from birth, like if you get a baby one pretty much from birth and
Sure.
raise it yourself, raise it to be domesticated. Like, I've had this conversation with numerous people that say, like, they have doubts that it would work because tigers are wild animals. Well, so were dogs, so were cows, so were horses, but
Well, okay,
we
it's-
domesticated them. Like, it's possible.
Here's the thing. I think it could be possible because, and I'm thinking about this one logically. Okay, you obviously just could not go get a tiger out of the forest right now. A fully
Hell
adult
no.
that would never work.
Hell
that
no.
would never work. But if you get a baby, say you let it stay with its mother for the right amount of time so it don't die, and then you take it away from its mother and you start training it, I think it could work because as it grows, that's all it knows. It knows that domesticated life.
Exactly, like, could you imagine? I don't know how big tigers
Because
start as.
people have fucking there's been like pet deer that are domesticated and don't run from you. I mean, naturally, a deer is not as evil as a tiger, but my point still
No.
stands.
Yeah,
They love humans.
Deer-
They'll let people touch them.
deer are wild animals, yet people have them as pets. People have the craziest things as
Sure.
pets, and I don't see why a tiger couldn't be one of them.
I went to school with a girl who had a squirrel as a pet.
Now that is awesome in so many ways.
And, like, she said the squirrel would just, like, sit on her shoulder. And, like, the only thing... I mean, I don't really hate animals. Yeah, I'm on a deer hunt, and people say, you're killing the deer and all. Well, I eat what I kill, for one thing. So we use the meat. We use it, and
Yeah, it's
what we don't use, we'll donate somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, we don't do it. I could never hunt deer or even turkey because we turkey hunt too. I could never shoot a deer or a turkey just for the pure sport of it. No, that's not me at all. That's when I will say you're fucked up for going hunting. You shouldn't do it. But if you're gonna use the meat as well as have a trophy, like me, I have some antlers of the deer I've killed. Sure,
Right.
some of my big bucks, but I'm trying to remember where I was going with this, but fuck, I don't remember. Damn. Oh, well. I guess it wasn't
Well.
important.
Of course, you forget again. Come on.
Oh, yeah, no, I remember that. So, you know, I like most animals, even though I hunt. The only two things I don't like are rats and snakes. No, if I see a snake, that motherfucker's dead, and I don't care. I'll chop that motherfucker up or shoot its head off, and I will enjoy blowing that motherfucker's head off. I'll enjoy every second of it.
I don't mind domesticated snakes. Domesticated snakes are okay.
I don't give a fuck. A snake's a damn snake. I ain't touching the motherfucker. I want nothing to do with it. If I see it, it's dead. I don't care if it's domesticated or not.
Nah, I've pet a
snake's a snake.
I've pet a class snake before. It was like an 8-foot snake. It was great.
I mean, I've touched snake skins. That's about as far. Well, I mean, I've touched dead snakes before. Like, I mean, I have done that. I know what they feel like.
Yeah, no, this
I'm
was
still killing that motherfucker. I don't care.
This was a pet snake. It was 8 feet long. It was great. But
yeah, no, that fucker would be dead.
Right. But to round out this episode, because we are about an hour in, got one last story here about an animal shooting that was honestly funny. I wish I had been there to see it and to witness it myself, but I heard it after the fact. So what you have to understand is that I'm in upstate New York. When I say I live in New York, obviously at the beginning of this I said upstate, but I tell a lot of people, especially like on Team Talk, who ask who or where I live, I say New York, and a lot of people mistake that for New York City. I'm like, no. I live in upstate New York. I live in the area of cow farms and countryside, and we're as much hillbilly as some of the people down south, I swear. But so what happened was there was one day my dad is outside and there's a skunk in the yard, and we're pretty sure it's rabid, and he wants to kill it. So he runs inside, goes upstairs, grabs his .22, his pistol, runs back outside and is tracking the thing. My brother sees him out the window, or hears a gunshot and looks out the window and sees him. Goes out. He grabs his own .22, heads out. So now they're literally tracking this damn skunk in the yard. They're running around the yard with .22s trying to kill a damn skunk.
Dude, I wish I could have participated. I would have got the big gun out though. I would have got like the fucking 30-06 or fucking Benelli Super Vinci with a 3.5-inch fucking bullet. I would have had my fun.
Yeah, right. But so they're chasing this thing around the yard. Mind you, our road isn't busy. I mean, the road right next to, like, the road that we're on technically isn't really all that busy. There are cars that go down now and again, but it's the road over a little bit that's actually busy. It's kind of a small little highway type deal. And apparently they were seen because the cop was called. Cops were called because, well, two guys running around a house with .22s isn't suspicious at all. So
yeah, no.
Sheriff comes and he's like, "Is everything okay here?" And we're like, "Yeah." And my dad's like, "Yeah, we're trying to kill this skunk." And he's like, and the sheriff sees it. He pauses for a second. "Can I shoot it?"
Yeah.
My dad's like,
Dude,
"All
that'd
right."
be me if I were a cop. I'd be, wait a minute. I'll be right back.
Well, and my dad's like, "All right, sure, I guess." So the cop takes out his pistol, tracking it. Mind you, it took this sheriff 3 shots to kill the damn thing. First, he missed it completely. Second shot, I believe it hit it in the leg. And then the third shot finally dropped the damn thing. So, the roundup of the story is my dad and brother chased a skunk around the yard only for a sheriff to shoot the damn thing.
Dude, I would do that. I'd do that. I'd do that with a skunk. I'd do that with a damn snake, too. A fucking snake tries to hide from me? No. I won't rest that motherfucker's dead.
The fact of
I'll
this,
take damn...
the real fact of this story is, the real end point is, I wish I had been there to witness this, because that sounds
Oh, dude. I
hilarious.
wish I would have participated.
Seriously. I'd chase
I
this
wish I
skunk
would have
with a
participated
22.
in that. Because I've shot plenty of guns in my day, and that's honestly one of my favorite things to do. I love to shoot. Love to shoot guns. I've shot all sorts of stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I think that's all I have for
That's
this time.
About it, yeah. It's about it from here, too.
So yeah, we are Thoughts of Sightless. I'm Nick Rod.
I'm Joseph Lee.
And yeah, this has been Thoughts of Sightless. Prepare for hopefully weekly uploads. That's a real hope.
If work doesn't keep me busy.
Yeah, likely to come out on Saturday or Sunday. Well, it depends on editing and stuff like that. We'll figure out an upload schedule so y'all can listen regularly. Or if we can't get an upload schedule, we'll definitely make sure to let everyone know and to spread the word when new episodes are coming out. But hopefully we can figure something out.
Sure.
But
Sure.
from the two of us here at Thoughts of Sightless, we thank you for tuning into this rather roundabout intro episode of our podcast. We will see you all, hear you all later.